Hello, my name is Tracy Newman and I am from the Navigators Tarot, which you can find me on Instagram and Facebook, and I am Sleepy Wisdom on YouTube. Yes, and if you would like a personal reading, you can always find me at my website, sleepywisdom.com. So, without further ado, let's get into the energies for the Divine Masculine this week. Interesting. The Divine Masculine thought in the past that these are energies, of course, we all house these energies within us. The Divine Masculine thought that happiness can be found in the darkest of places. Well, actually, what it actually was is he didn't actually believe that it was particularly dark, but he deceived himself, of course, which, you know, we all want to do at some point. The Nine of Wands. He's beginning to see, though. Interesting. Is he beginning to see? Yeah, he is. It's interesting. He's now starting to turn his back on those darker entities and darker energies. Has he realised, though, the deceit that he has played upon himself? Five of Swords. No, there's conflict there. There's conflict within himself. These are very dark cards, I have to say. I would imagine, you know, on some level, there is a propensity for the Divine Masculine to get caught up in the darkest of realms. It's a constant confusion for him. Sometimes too, this confusion can be led by others. See, because what we have to realize is that we are all at this point in time on this earth plane in conflict. And the masculine energies, to extricate the masculine energies from the energies of this past earthly structure is really huge. And to extricate himself from that is a massive undertaking. And quite often it does require a further excavation deeper down into those darker entities to really get a sense of where he is within and also the reason why he's going so far down and so deeply down into the earth plane and into the darkest realms is to understand how he could have been led so far down into debauchery and darkness. And so to do that, he's had to go very, very deeply into the underground to work that out. And this is the only way that the Divine Masculine can completely eradicate those darker entities that are trying to pull him down. He has to experience the debauchery and the darkness at its actual core level to be able to recognize the light, to come into the light, but then also to completely extricate himself from that darker world that has pulled on all of humanity for a millennia. Oh, I'm actually getting quite teary because, you know, the role of the Divine Masculine. I don't think we've actually realised just how important it is, his role, and how important his role is. I mean, the Divine Feminine has gone through her darkness. The Divine Feminine is now the bringer of light and coming straight into light and love and, you know, justice for all and all that. She is like the queen. That's why the justice is a woman with balance, you know, the balancing of the scales, because She is the one that provides that. But what the Divine Masculine is actually having to do to go so far down deep gives me almost a new respect for those that that house the greater amount of those masculine energies to go so far down deep into that world. That's really quite heroic, but also very much needed for us to extricate ourselves from this patriarchal system that has ruled the earth for a millennia. I also see the Ace of Swords here. This is the Ace of Swords, which is the beginning of truth and cutting away all of those darker entities to get to the truth, those darker energies to get to the truth. So it is important, I think, for the masculine energies to remember that they hold the sword of truth within their hands, and they are the ones that can cut themselves free from the darkness at any time. But of course, the Divine Masculine knows what he's doing. And I feel like right now, we need to let the Divine Masculine energies do what must be done to go very, very far into the darkness, to be able to find the core and therefore release himself from it with the sword of truth in hand at all times. There you go, the Knight of Wands. Now, normally I would say the Knight of Wands. It's a player energy, and well versed on these people. I've had a lot of them in my life. But also I would too say right now with the Knight of Wands energy that this is a card of action, and this is also the card of the heroic. It's like in a way in the Arthurian legends, probably one of the Knight of Wands would have been Lancelot, you know. Very brave, very heroic, ladies' man, but very, very loyal to his king and very, very loyal to his queen. So the Knight of Wands now must find that heroism that he has within him to raise his sword, to cut away all superfluous energies that are hanging on, that are trying to take him down, even though, or to keep him down, because he is very far down in that darkest realm. But to extricate himself from those very cloying, grabbing entities that try and keep him in that, he must take the sword of truth and use it on every level to remove those entities that are trying to keep him down. So he needs to release himself, as I said, from the core of the darkness, but he must find that core. But when he's down there, what he has to realize is that some of those cloying entities will not give up the fight. The devil does not give up, ever. And neither do his minions. So when he does get to the core, he must take the sword of truth and use it, cutting free any of those entities that will keep him from releasing the darkest core that he's found and needs to release. I hope that makes sense. So with the feminine, the Tower with the, okay. Oh wow, this is amazing stuff. So basically this is the end. Even though we have the Ten of Swords here, for the masculine, I feel like he's coming to the end. See, this is like goes with what I've said. He's found the core. He's gone to the very, very bottom, or he's getting to the very, very bottom, to the core of the darkness that he has to actually get to release. Now, this is not just for himself. It is for the world. It is for the energies of the world as we move into these new energies. So this is where he is, down at the very bottom. But he's seeing this as being trapped by, I see them as clawing entities, whereas these are like swords. But what he has to actually realize is that he needs to remove, like this is the tower comes in. He has to allow the tower to fall, and he can even see it as the tower falling on his minions, like in The Lord of the Rings. To come into this amazing union within himself of divine feminine, divine masculine within. So we're coming into balance, all of us. So divine masculine, divine feminine are coming into balance and coming into union within. As within, so without. Very interesting energies for the divine masculine. Wow. I almost have a new respect for those of with the greater energies that are going down very deeply and doing this work. Okay, so they're the energies for the divine masculine this week. And yes, if you haven't already, please hit like and subscribe. It helps the channel. Something to do with the algorithms. And yes, I shall see you anon. Okay, bye for now.